me take a look-see here. Got plenty of pots. Let's head on up back here. Let's make sure it comes up in the stream. Okay, this is it. We're going to give it a shot. So, real quick, let's do a quick rundown of all the damage that's going to happen here. So, I have, for those people who've not followed this at all, Crowfall is based on, for your Eternal Kingdom, the ability to place down land parcels. You know, I have no parcels here. See, nothing. Here's what I have. Well, I actually have some, but nothing brought in. So here's where I'm at. You can see here's the temple. That's it. Right now I only have a single piece. The whole concept is to craft something and drop it in. But the amount of materials it takes to create one of these is daunting. And I mean daunting. So let's hope we don't have a lot of fails. I've got some backup materials, but man, it is painful if something bad happens here. Let's get our fake pots going. See how it takes 10 earths? So, first step. I need to create some earths, right? So I've got 100. I got 100 of each. So I've got, here's 10 gravel, here's 10 mulch, here's 10 oricon. Now I'm at 95%. It's 1. God, I feel like I should be like the count from Sesame Street. 1 earth. Oh my God. I'm afraid to look. Okay. It's going to be bad here, but can you imagine a fail on my final combine, right? That could be the loss of over 3,000 mats. Okay. We're 30% done. Well, 30% done with the initial earth combine. Yeah, we're not even... Yeah. Wow. It's frightening. Frightening. Now, let's talk about what this really means. This means that a guild, a good-sized guild, could easily create parcels. No problem. I mean, maybe you are a part of a guild or starting a guild, and you go, hey, should we guild chip in money? Yeah, you could do that. But to be honest, with 20 good players and everyone chipping in all their whites on occasion, after you get a bunch of stuff done for yourselves, you're gonna have leftovers. Why not throw them all in a nice big kitty, and then have someone who's hopefully trained every single time. Someone who's trained, throw together and make you a land parcel. Now, Anhrez, what about these other parcels? Well, you have to work up parcels. So there's, I'm making a 1x1, but if you look here, there's other parcels. If I want to make I have to take a 4 square and a 4 square and some earth. If I want to do a 2 square hamlet, I got to take 1 square plus 1 square plus earth, right? So there's work involved here, people. There's work involved. You got to work stuff up. Back to earth. Okay. Come on, no whammies. Oh my God. Slightly freaking out a little bit. How much time? So it's a question I got. How much time is it taking me? Well, I mean, it varies based on my training, and I didn't use any of the high-end pots, to be honest. I wanted to track it with more reasonable type stuff. I got some great mats while doing everything, but I would say it took me, on average, with deaths, crafting materials, crafting tools, I could get around 300 of each material per hour. I can do better than that, but there's a lot going on. I have to avoid people who are ganking me. I answer people's questions in chat too, so that all takes away from my efficiency. So if you say 300 each, I needed, I collected over about 1,100 each, to be honest. So 4 hours per set, so at least 12 hours of straight up grind. Yeah, about 12 hours of straight up grind it took me to just generate the raw materials of stone, wood, and ore. Now, it took me at least 30 minutes to work up all the ore to ore concentrate. It took me 30 minutes to work up all the wood to mulch, and it took me 30 minutes to work up all the stone to gravel too. So 13, 14 hours probably. Okay, here it is. I have 10 earth. So, Square, Woodland Creek, Woodland Grove, Woodland Hills. Creek has the highest value. That was the $50 one. Okay, people. Let's not have Anhrez rage quit and reload WoW because I click a button and it fails. Oh my god. There it is. Success. Success. Well, yeah, so if you do the math, I like $4 an hour. But again, that's just individual grind. That's me grinding. I'm just saying that if I had, I tracked my, I'm a math guy. I've got this huge spreadsheet of data. What's my average per node? What's my average per tree with certain tools and stuff? So, this was well worth it more than just building this. But if you were a guild that wanted to kick one of these off, it would not be difficult, is what I'm saying. Okay, so first things first. Remember how I hit this? Edit Kingdom. There it is. I can place this right now. And I'm gonna. Wait, first things first. Cancel. Okay, so let's run around here. Ta-da! See, there's nothing but creepy sky. Creepy sky, kind of goes out to the ends of... Anyone ever see the movie The Langoliers? God, I'm old. It's a really crappy movie. Funny to watch, but it's a really crappy movie. See, there's nothing on the edges. Nothing on the edges at all. And now I'm facing north, I suspect. Right? There's the north at the top. So if I go to Edit Kingdom, I'm going to assume that that's north. I don't know. And submit. Boom! I give you crafted awesomeness. Let's go take a look at my little land. Boy, it looks pretty awesome. It'd be nice to build a little cabin on the side of the lake here. It'd be great here. And I'm talking right at you, J. Todd. Right at you, Gordon. Fishing. God damn it. I can sit and chop a tree and get all the apples or worms or stuff I want. but you're not going to give me a social aspect like fishing. But isn't, you see what I mean? Isn't this freaking kind of awesome? But yeah, I could place a piece of land, you know, like a building right here or something. Maybe back over here, build some walls around it. That's it for now. Let me see here. Let me go edit here. So we're creating the parcel. That's part 4. We're all done. Now I may come back in and try to do something later where I'm taking existing parcels and cobbling into other parcels eventually. But for now, that's all I wanted to do. You look at part 1, 2, and 3. That's creating the raw pieces, taking 1,000 of each of the premium materials and working them up into their base pieces. And then just right here, this short little stream worked up all of the base material, gravel, mulch, and ore concentrate, turning them into earths and crafting those earths into the parcel that you can see me hopping around right now. So I will cut this one short, try to stream this out. We will talk to you guys later.